illuminates their imperfections, hence their attempts to dull your shine. Light 'em up.
Dirt on my name and flowers grew right out the brown soil. My vision's clear as glass, the robe is purple satin plus the crown's royal. Allow me to give you a demonstration. Holding your breath waiting for me to fail only brings hyperventilation. See, I'm a soldier that's ready for any situation. So me and life double dated my trials and tribulations. Won't be remembered for not speaking out. I Google map my whole approach, so I chose not to take the peaceful route. I promise I can't make this shit up. I shed a tear then use the mic stand to hold my chin up. They plot and strategize on different ways to make me give up. That's easier said than done, like a woman that's 9 months pregnant doing sit-ups. Yeah, I read the book of life, defeat was never in my story. Just brutal fights on the battlefield is bloody and gory. Showing off is a fool's idea of glory. Call me foolish, then in the clutch I make them drop like I was Robert Ory. See, in this world you gotta sink or swim. Boy, I'm a legend, when I die my presence never will be felt again. This greatness rare, but see I kept it in. Isolation in the demons, guardian angels been my only friend. I've been at war with myself in silence. Had a mental malfunction, forced to go into hiding. For powerless like
right now, cause then you gonna understand, whoever get in my way, I'ma dog walk their ass.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, y'all, man? Good to see you guys that are in the building. Good to talk to you guys. It's been a long season, but we're going to sweep it under the rug. We're going to let that thing pass us by. We're going to start talking 2026 football because, man, 3-14 was rough. I couldn't bear to talk about it, man. But you guys are here, man. You guys already know who it is. It's your boy, Big Mike Raider. Thanks for popping in, man. I'm already yelling. Got my throat hurting already. Definitely, it's been a while since I've been here, man. But, hey, thank you for popping in, everybody who's here. We got 18 in the building. If you guys want to become a member of the Big Mike Raider fleet, go ahead and hit that link right there. It's pinned at the top. And become a member of the Big Mike Raider fleet, man. You guys already know how we do it in the off season. We're going to start talking about, seems like every year since I've been doing this, we start talking about who's going to be the coach. Who are we going to draft? Seems like we're in a cycle, constant cycle. Hopefully this time around, we don't have to go through that again. Speaking of coaching, you guys already know Pete Carroll is gone. The coaching search is on. That's who we're looking for. We're looking for a new head coach, and you guys already know who it is. Hopefully it's going to be one of these guys that are on the top 10 of this list. Sorry, guys. Whew. One second. Sorry about that, y'all, man. I needed some water bad, man. I started talking. I got that like scratch in the back of the throat. Yeah, I wasn't gonna be able to do that the whole time. But guys, new head coach search we're talking about right here, man. We're gonna start talking about the betting odds of each coach. The leading guy that we're talking about is Brian Flores, and then Clint Kubiak, Jesse Minter, Kevin Stefanski, a weird name. We're gonna get more into it, and we're gonna break down each person, and I'm going to tell you who I think will be a better fit for us, man. But before we get into this, guys, I need for you guys to like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. Man, let me acknowledge the folks that are already in the building. We got 24, man. Sorry, had like a throat issue. I started talking, and most of the time I'm not yelling during the day. I'm not speaking really loud. I'm kind of a low speaker most of the time, but when I'm on air, I definitely can't speak that way, because everybody will probably be falling asleep. So, usually I don't have the voice up high like that. So, yeah, the vocal cords need to be warmed up a little bit. Shout out to Andre Cross. Thanks for popping in, man. We got AO Anthony 32 in the building. Big Mike salute, Raider Nation. Let me see. Let's see who else is here, man. Let me see. We got John B. Raider in the building. Big Mike Raider. Hope Christmas was good and a good start of your new year, man. Yeah, Christmas was great. Got back in the gym today. Took the holidays off. Definitely felt like complete garbage going to the gym today. But we're going to start the new year off right, man. We got Edgar Sosa in the building, man. Salute to you. We got Certified Junkie 2026. Big Mike, welcome back, man. Hey, thanks for popping in. Thanks for the support, man. Let me see who else we got in this building, man. We got Certified Junkie 2026. Big Mike, dope headphones. What kind are they? To be honest with you, man, I ordered it on Amazon and I got some silver ones. I don't know. I got them on Amazon. They work good for me, man. Yeah, I don't know what the brand is, to be honest with you. AKA Freddie B 1101. We're on the clock, number one pick. And we'll talk about, Fernando Mendoza. We're going to talk about another quarterback that Todd McShay thinks is a better fit for the Raiders. You guys already know he's talking about Dante Moore, but we're going to get into what he was talking about a little bit, and we'll break that down a little bit. Let me see. We got Mark Salter in the building. Says salute, Big Mike. Thanks for popping in, man. Let me see. Jeremiah Love season coming to who? Anthony, man, what you talking about, bro? Jeremiah Love is going to the Saints at number 8. Do a shot of Jack. It helps, man. I wish I had some Jack right now, man. Wish I had some Jack. Dang, I definitely asked for some water, though. Nobody popped in, though. It's all right. Man, we got Mad Mike in the building. Salute to you, man. From Big Mike to Mad Mike, you already know what it is, man. G-Funk 900. Salute. Let me see. Happy birthday, Howie Long. Absolutely, man. Mark Salter in the building. Let me see. It's Big Mike, Angry Raider, man. Hope all's well. Yeah, everything is great on this end, man. We definitely. So at the end of the year last year, I finished. Just to get in a little bit of my personal stuff, I finished my bachelor's degree in cybersecurity. Clap it up, y'all. I finally finished that up. So a little bit about me. That was also part of the reason why you didn't see me much. I was swamped in doing finals and finishing my senior project and things like that. Finally finished up with my bachelor's degree in cybersecurity. Next is the master's. I'm applying to some master's programs for sports management. Put a prayer out there for me, man. But yeah, that's a little bit about me, man. But yeah, did I actually hit a live almost on time? Yeah, man. Hey, you did. Shout out to Vicky Everett in the building. Let me see what's good, Big Mike. Just Mendoza, baby. You already know, man. Is this 2 and whatever our lost column was on a weekly basis? I think it is. Hey, shout out to you, man. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, you save it to yell like wasted. Yeah. I most of the time I'm like a low speaker, but then when I get on here, I got to bring some energy. So when I do that, you put the volume up a little bit, and then my throat's like, I don't like that, bro. But yeah, man, let me see. And I'll give you a Raiders. You already know, man. Yeah. Hey, it was a rough season, man, but we still roll with the Raiders. Did you move to Texas? I am actually staying here after all. So I will be here. And we'll be rocking back in Cali, man. A little change of plans there. But I will be still staying in California, man. Let me see. What's up, Big Mike? Things finally might be changing in Raider Nation. We need a smart young coach, in my opinion. And we're going to get into that, man. Let me acknowledge some more people, and we're definitely going to get into all that, man. Let me see. Few with a decent track record gonna want to answer to Brady and Spytek. Gotta go young across the board. Yeah, there's some guys that I'm looking at the top of that list according to the coach, the betting odds according to Bet Online. The ones at the top of the list that I'm looking at, and we'll talk about it. We'll definitely talk about it. And hey, man, thanks for the congrats, y'all. I appreciate it, man. It was definitely 2 years in the making for me to finish that up. One of the biggest goals that I had for me personally, and I'm definitely happy how that turned out. But yeah, let's talk some Raider football, y'all. All right, So shout out to Josh Dubois, the biggest Raider troll in all of X. If you guys don't know, he's all over social media. He always has something to say about the Raiders, whether it's most of the time is negative, and he always spins it in a way to where he can always throw a little bit of shade to the Raiders. But shout out to Josh Dubois. He posted the next coaching odds per Bet Online. The top of that list is Brian Flores, 2-1 odds. Clint Kubiak with 4-1 odds. Jesse Minter, 5-1 odds. Kevin Stefanski with 6-1 odds. Oddly enough, Phillip Rivers with a 7-1 odds, which is very odd. Cliff Kingsbury 8-1. Joe Brady 9-1. Mike LaFleur 12-1. Then you follow with Matt Nagy, Jeff Hafley, John Harbaugh. We'll talk about John Harbaugh shortly. As you guys know, he got fired by the Ravens at this point. You guys know this by now. Thomas Brown, Mike McCarthy at 28-1 odds. Bill Belichick. Please don't even think about Belichick. And then Kevin O'Connell rounding that out at 33-1. So let's talk about some of the coaching, some of my favorite coaches. First off, before we get into that, right, I think that the Raiders will definitely fare well with having a young guy at the helm, as we said, right? So that already takes out a John Harbaugh to me. So let's talk about John Harbaugh. He was with the Ravens for 18 seasons. He had his success there, had many winning seasons, but he's 63 years old, right? And what I want for the Raiders is for us to have that John Harbaugh situation for us in 20 years, where we're looking at a guy like, just throw a name out there, Joe Brady, who's 36 years old, right? We bring in a Joe Brady who's very young, and he puts the Raiders on the map, and he stays for 20 years. And, he's one of the top premier coaches whenever he decides to hang it up in 20 years, if he does stay with the Raiders. I want that type of situation to where we're establishing a young head coach who becomes a premier guy later on, who everybody is seeking after down the line and looks at as like, oh man, this guy has had sustained success over years, and it will be great to add him down the line, right? I don't want somebody who's already been established somewhere else. It's not a good fit for us to do that. We've already tried that route. We've done it with Josh McDaniels. We've done that with now Pete Carroll. We've tried it twice. Well, we tried it with the second time with John Gruden. Like, we definitely need to do the young route and go that route and establish something different here. And it starts with bringing in a young, I think, an offensive-minded coach and rolling from there. So in saying all that, right, here's some of the guys that I'm looking at, and we'll talk about some of their coaching styles and how that fits in with what we might be trying to do in the draft. Number one pick looks like it's going to be Fernando Mendoza. That's the guy that I'm looking at. I know a lot of you guys are talking about Fernando Mendoza as well. And I think it would be a good fit, some of these coaches that I'm going to be talking about right now, right? So let's start at the top of the list. My number one pick for who I will want to be our head coach, Clint Kubiak, right? Offensive scheme. He's the offensive coordinator currently for the Seahawks right now. We brought him in. Well, we haven't brought him in, but we asked for permission to bring him in to do an interview, right? Great steps right there. Great initial steps for the Raiders, right? His offensive scheme is rooted in the Shanahan-Kubiak system, emphasizing an outside zone run game, play action, and the use of motion and misdirection, right? Good stuff so far. Some of his core philosophy and components are going to be wide outside zone runs. So you're going to have those offensive linemen being athletic and moving around from side to side and moving people over, not necessarily plowing people, but kind of moving them and, having that running backs, select lanes to get in lanes and hitting those lanes, even if it's like a backside type of deal. It gives the running back some sort of freedom to kind of be that, use their vision to kind of go upfield and make plays, right? Play action passing. So, hey, with a guy like Fernando Mendoza who might be coming in here, it would be advantageous for him to establish a run game and then be, sit in that pocket and dump it down to our tight ends. We're gonna have Brock Bowers hopefully healthy next season, and Michael Mayer. So play action passing, personnel diversity fits well perfectly, right? He runs specifically 12 personnel and 21 personnel. So we'll be bringing in a fullback possibly if we have Clint Kubiak, which I'm excited about. Motion and misdirection, which we didn't really see too much of that this year under Chip Kelly and Greg Olson, who followed him after that, and then attacking the middle of the field. Perfect for Brock Bowers, right? So to me, I think that's the perfect fit for what we're looking for offensively, and I think it's a perfect fit for a Fernando Mendoza who likes to process the plays and process the field and break down offenses. Like he runs more of a pro system at Indiana, and I think it would fit more of what he brings to the table. But what do you guys think? Clint Kubiak is my first on the list, and we're going to talk about some more. But let me get into some of the comments. I ran my mouth too much at this point. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Yeah, G-Funk using that command voice. Hey, that's what I got to do, man. And we got 68 in the building, man. Salute to you guys, man. Go ahead and like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks, man. Appreciate you, man. Make sure you share this thing out, man. Let me see. Fernando needs to rock 16 for Jim Plunkett. Yeah, I'd be cool with that. I like the 15, though, too, man. I think that looks good, too. Let me see. Now it's just Mendoza, baby, till further notice. Okay, cool. Let me see. Cybersecurity will serve you well for sure. Hey, man, I hope so, man. We're trying to make some money these days. Shout out to Raiders Primos in the building. Let me see. Let me know what you guys think about Clint Kubiak. Bringing Clint Kubiak in. Hey, Primos, I'm doing good, man. Just got done watching some more tape on Mendoza, but when he was at Cal, yeah. If he's the pick, I hope we bring in a coach that can continue to develop him. I think that Clint Kubiak is that guy. And it's not necessarily a development thing because you don't really get too much development in the NFL level, but you got a guy who is still willing to put in the work, who I believe he'll put in the work in the offseason. He's going to get side by side with a Tom Brady. If you guys don't know about Fernando Mendoza, check his LinkedIn profile. I'm going to share that with you as we progress through this whole thing. We're going to be talking about Fernando Mendoza a lot. I'm going to get into a deeper dive about who he is as a person. This dude is phenomenal, right? He has the work ethic that you would like to see from a quarterback. So for those people who are like, oh, man, I hope we don't have another bust like Jamarcus Russell. This dude is actually the opposite of Jamarcus Russell when it comes to just approaching life, right? He's a dude who is working currently on his master's degree at the University of Indiana, and he'll be done in 2026 this year. So this is a guy who is always continuing to learn, always continuing to better himself on and off the field. I think his leadership skills, his people skills, and the way to process the game is going to make a big difference for him in the league in comparison to a lot of quarterbacks. I think he's going to be special for those reasons. He doesn't have the tangibles, the physicality that will wow you right now, but I think he has the preparation. I think he has the drive to get to a point where he becomes one of those guys in the league that you look at and is like, this guy is special. Kind of reminds me a lot of Brady early in his career. When you looked at Brady, was like, oh, he's a system guy. He's not really that great. Doesn't have the greatest arm, this and that. You said a lot of things about Brady, but when things started progressing, you look at Brady and now people say that he's the greatest of all time. I can see Fernando Mendoza kind of falling into that line. And I'm not just saying that because he's going to be a Raider, likely, right? I say that because I'm seeing what he does off the field. I see what kind of person he is, and he has all the makings of somebody who's going to be special in this league, man. I want to hear what you guys think. Let me see. Kubiak might be willing to work for Brady and Spy. Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. And I don't see why not, man. I don't see why not. It's a duo that I really want to see what they're going to bring to the table. I'm excited for it. With you there, Mike. Hey, I appreciate it. Let me see. Bring Jacob Johnson back. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Bring Jacob Johnson back. I was upset when we got rid of dude that's with the Dolphins now. I can't think of his name, but fullback that we had for a little bit. I can't think of his name. Help me out right there. Love Kubiak. Yeah. I think Kubiak is that guy. Only way I get Mendoza at 1 is if I get Pavia in the 4th. Man, VBZ, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I'm not a fan of Pavia. I think he is everything that is wrong with the quarterback. What you don't want in the quarterback. He's disrespectful. I don't like his work ethic. Very athletic, dynamic playmaker, right? But does it equate to the NFL level? I don't know. If we're gonna double up, I would like to look at somebody like Drew Allar. He's a guy that people were talking about being one of the top quarterbacks coming out, but now his stock is in the 3rd, 4th level range. And, I'm not looking to double up unless it's somewhere in the 4th round. Now we have multiple 4th round picks. So, you can kind of gamble a little bit if you do want to double up at the quarterback position. But I honestly think that they're going to be keeping Aiden O'Connell and as a backup, at least for next year. So, but we'll see. Shout out to VBZ, man. Let me see. We got a lot of interviews to do. We got a whole lot of interviews to do. Kubiak is on the board for that one. Vance Joseph, he's going to be getting interviewed. Defensive coordinator for the Broncos. I'll pass on that one. I think that's a lackluster, nothing that's going to get people excited. I'll pass on that one. But much respect to Vance Joseph for sure. But I don't think that that's going to be a fit for the Raiders right now. Now, when it comes to head coaching for the Raiders, who we're selecting, hey guys, you guys already know for the last few years, we've been one and done with head coaches ever since Gruden, right? It's time to get it right. We need to find the perfect fit. So, hey, I hear you guys. And whatever that perfect fit is to you guys, it is what it is, right? I have my reasonings. Some people agree, some people don't, right? But the consensus, at least the thought process for all of us as a whole Raider Nation is that we got to get this right this time around, right? We're getting a number 1 pick. We have the number 1 pick, and we're bringing in a quarterback likely, right? So it's a little bit more at stake when it comes to that, right? We got to get the coach right this time, or we're going to be ruining a number 1 pick at quarterback, possibly. We're going to be ruining a career if we do that. So it's more at stake this time around. It's going to be a rebuild. We have a bunch of cap space. We need to do is, start off with the correct pick at head coach. Hit the free agency hard, particularly at the offensive line. Protect your quarterback, whether it's Mendoza or Dante Moore, whoever it may be, right? But you got to protect them, right? So you're right. Absolutely. Before I go on a complete tangent, a lot of interviews to go, man. We got a long way to go for sure. Kubiak will be nice, man. I agree. Analysts on ESPN in the morning were adamant we should trade the pick like we would ruin Mendoza. Come on, man. It's that is the most short-sighted opinion anybody could make, right? Because, you're the Raiders. You don't deserve to have the number 1 pick. Give it to somebody who's going to do better with it. Does that make any sense to anybody? That doesn't make any sense. So because you have the number 1 pick and because whatever our stupid reasons are, you guys don't deserve it. You need to trade back. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And the only way that we trade back is if we get a quarterback like a Joe Burrow in the building, right? And we trade back with the Bengals and we send multiple first rounds to get them or whatever it may be. That would be the only way that I would be okay with kind of relinquishing that first number 1 overall pick. And even that, I'm still kind of like, I'm still kind of on the fence about that, to be honest with you. But, ESPN, they're going to say what they're going to say, is what it is, man. Let me see who else we got right here, man. Let me see. A shout out to my guy. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Shout out to Social D. Rick's in the building with the $10 haymaker. He says, Big Mike, would you trade with the Jets for more draft picks betting on either Moore or Mendoza? Oh, man. So if you trade back for more picks with the Jets, if they really love Mendoza and you're not really sure on Mendoza, you trade back and get some more picks and you can still land a Dante Moore. Sure, right? I personally think you should hold on to the number one and let the Jets go with Dante Moore. Now, Dante Moore has a lot of work to do personally, right? And hey, we have a golden opportunity on Friday to check out both quarterbacks, right? Some of our opinions may change on Fernando Mendoza, whether it's negative or positive, and Dante Moore because they face each other, right? So, but as of right now, from what I've seen from Dante Moore, is that he's not ready to come out. He's very young. He doesn't have enough experience at the college level. To me, a lot of his games seem lackluster. I haven't seen a real pass that made me say, wow, he's ready to go, right? Now, I have seen that from Fernando Mendoza, particularly, it was a couple of good passes in the Rose Bowl, right? We saw at Ohio State where, now he's not putting up 300, 400 yards, but their offense doesn't dictate that, right? They kind of go with a dual rushing attack at University of Indiana. They get busy with those two running backs, and they set up the quarterback for success. And, all he has to do is throw the ball 20 times a game, right? So, and as for Dante Moore, he throws a lot of short screens. He likes to feed the tight end, that great tight end they do have at the University of Oregon. But I haven't really seen much from Dante Moore that makes me think that he's worthy of being, for one, a number one pick, and for two, even trading back and taking a shot at picking him up, right? I think he's very green. I think he needs a little bit more experience at the college level. And I'm not a big fan, but we'll see, man. Things may change. The whole opinion may change after Friday, man. So we'll see, man. Shout out to Social D Ricks with the $10 haymaker. UA Mel says Moore has a cannon. I didn't see it. I didn't see no cannon, bro. I saw a lot of screen passes, a lot of, short passes that I'm like, all right, when is he going to start getting busy, man? He's going to start going downfield, and maybe the offense doesn't dictate that. Fine. Okay. And he did throw a pretty good laser against when they played James Madison to their tight end opening drive. I did see that. So I'll give you that, but I want to see a little bit more. I want to see a little bit more out of Moore. And hey, like I said, we're going to see him on Friday. And maybe he starts showcasing a lot of that stuff that people are excited about. Like you said, like he has a cannon. I haven't seen it yet. And to my defense, I've only watched him in the playoffs and a couple of games in the regular season. So I got to put a closer eye on Dante Moore before I can really 100% say, nah, he's not that dude. But if you had to ask me now and I had to make a decision, I would say I'm leaning towards Mendoza right now. I like Mendoza a lot more than I like Dante Moore. Let me see. Regardless of how Mendoza performs from here on matters not from here on matters not. Hey, some people really invest heavy in these next couple of games, right? I think he showed me enough against Alabama, just completely dismantling that Alabama defense. One of the premier teams in college football. Maybe they're not the same Alabama that we grew up watching, but this is still Alabama with all those elite defenders and all those 5-star guys, and he picked those guys apart on New Year's Day in that Rose Bowl. So dump off King, and that's what I saw from Dante Moore for sure. Let me see. Let's read a couple more of these. Mendoza has that accuracy, very accurate, man, very accurate guy. Mendoza, Harbaugh, man, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into the next guy in a second. He will need to hold a clipboard for a year for sure. Hey, Man, to be honest with you, I wouldn't want to put Mendoza out there right away, but I think he's more ready to be thrown out there right away too. But in order for us to do that, we would probably have to keep a Geno Smith. And I know a lot of people are pretty much over Geno Smith. But I mean, who else would you bring in as a bridge quarterback? I mean, we kind of got our hands tied with that one. And Geno Smith seems like he's on his way out. He's already, cleared everything in his social media that had anything to do with the Raiders. And hey, good riddance to him. Like, we don't care. I don't care. I'm sure you guys don't care. But it would be advantageous for either quarterback, whether it's Dante Moore or Mendoza, to sit a little bit and watch. That you always want your rookie quarterbacks to kind of have that luxury of doing so. Mendoza much closer to league ready, not even close. Yeah, I agree. Harbaugh 63. Nah, that's my number one reason for that one. I wouldn't want Harbaugh, and he's established his legend already somewhere else. I don't want the worst version of somebody who was great somewhere else, like my guy Wasted said earlier on his show today. I don't want somebody that, oh, well, he was great here, it's got to work here. It never works for us that way. Let's do something different. Dante Moore is worth it later in the first round. Fernando Mendoza needs to go to a quarterback-ready team. Yeah, we need to surround him with a lot of protection for sure. I'm good on Harbaugh, need an offensive mind. Absolutely, I agree. I know Cignetti just got paid, but is he on the Raiders' radar? I'm going to say not, man. I love Kirk Cignetti, but Cignetti is on a legendary run. You got to understand, guys, the University of Indiana football was the losingest program in Division I history. Name any Division I program in football. No other Division I program has lost more than the University of Indiana. This dude came in and has flipped 180 that program to be from a laughing stock in the Big Ten to a premier team, a premier program that prospects, recruits want to go there and play and sell out for Kirk Cignetti. This dude's a rock star. He's at the rock star level. He does not want to come to the NFL and go through that whole, like, if you don't get it right in 2 years, well, we're gonna get rid of you. You know what I mean? He's a one of one at Indiana right now. There's no reason for him to leave there. He is the probably the number one head coach in all of college football right now. If you had to rank your top head coaches, he's the guy right now. He's that premier guy. And the University of Indiana just gave him an 8-year deal worth a lot of money. They paid him very well. I could see him, if he keeps this up down the line, he kind of has that same effect as Joe Paterno had with the Penn State Nittany Lions back in the day, and put them on the map and kind of made them a premier program before he left with unfortunate situations and eventually passing away. But I can see Cignetti kind of putting Indiana on that legendary status if he stays around and builds programs and wins championships and Big Ten titles and things like that. I can see him kind of having that same impact and having that same status with the University of Indiana. Let me see. What I like from Mendoza is he plays quarterback first. He is mobile, you guys. He isn't just a run-first quarterback. He surveys the field first before making the decision to run. You saw that a lot against Alabama, right? He has the ability to scramble. Now, he's not the fastest guy in the world, but we don't need the fastest guy in the world, right? Him and Dante Moore run similar 40s. They run about a 4.8, 5, 4.9, something like that, right? Not guys that are going to wow you with speed, but the ability to manipulate the pocket and take what the defense is giving you. If that means they're dropping back everybody and you have lanes to run and get some yardage to move the chains, you go ahead and do that. And Mendoza showed that at the Rose Bowl. So yeah, absolutely, man. Let me see. Mendoza looked accurate with high football IQ, Take that any day. Yeah, I think Mendoza's the guy for us, man. Let me see. What's up with wanting older coaches? Yeah, I don't know, man. I definitely that's not the way I want to go for sure, man. Draft Mendoza, then second round, go get Caden Proctor to protect him. Absolutely, man. If he's even in the second round, to be honest with you, man. But if he is, that's the move you make. I'll tell you that. Clipboard always preferred, but Mendoza may just beat whoever they bring in out the gate. Absolutely, man. All right. I'm going to put a pin in some of the comments. Let's talk about the next guy that I think the Raiders should consider at head coach, right? Kevin Stefanski, right? Say what you want. He just got fired by the Browns, but that was a situation where it kind of his time kind of expired over there, right? He's a two-time coach of the year, and his system is very advantageous for what the Raiders advantageous for Fernando Mendoza if he is brought to the Raiders, and what we already have personnel-wise, right? His run scheme is a run-heavy system built on wide zone run concept, complemented by play-action passing and a strong emphasis on utilizing tight ends. Hey, we got two pretty solid tight ends that we can use. A run-heavy system. We got Ashton Genty. With the proper coaching at offensive line, can really do some serious damage in the backfield. Some of the key components, diverse run game, right? You know, while the wide zone is the foundation, Stefanski incorporates a significant amount of gap concepts and pulling linemen. So we're going to see some more pulling linemen, some big boys going down the line and trying to put somebody on their back, guards and tackles, right? To create a diverse and unpredictable ground attack. I love it. This approach is designed to counter various defensive fronts, such as the 3-4 defenses. And I think the Broncos runs a 3-4. So that would be good against the Broncos, right? I could be wrong about that, though. Play action passing. Likes to run the play action. Tight end involvement. The offense heavily emphasizes using tight ends, often employing 2 or 3 tight end sets, a 12 or 13 personnel, which is 3 tight ends, 2 or 3 tight ends with 1 running back to create mismatches and contribute as both blockers and receivers. They are frequently targeted in intermediate, middle of the field, or the flats. I like it. Wide receiver usage. Stefanski is not afraid to let his top X receiver work one-on-one on the outside. So we're going to have to bring a top X receiver, somebody that can really win in 50-50 situations, one-on-one situations. And maybe we do have that guy on the roster, but with the proper coaching, Dante Thornton or Jack Besh, maybe those guys can be that X receiver that can fit into that Stefanski offense. Misdirection and motion, which is always something that you want to see. So let me know what you guys think. Kevin Stefanski, would you bring him in for an interview and bring him in as head coach? He's not number 2 on my list. I started with Clint Kubiak because he's my number 1 pick, but I would definitely take a flyer on Kevin Stefanski. I know a lot of people probably aren't big on him because of, him getting fired by the Browns. So when you hear a head coach getting fired by the Browns, his resume, the things that's surrounding that, it starts to look a little sour, looks a little rotten, and you don't want to touch it, right? But I think Stefanski brings something special. And if you dig a little bit deeper, this dude was 2-time head coach of the year, right? So let me know what you guys think about Kevin Stefanski. Let me know, man. Let me know. Let me see. I don't get the hype around Brian Flores. Me neither, man. Dude has just caused drama in the league, and Tua looked like a different quarterback under McDaniels. Yeah. I'm not a fan of Brian Flores. We can mention Brian Flores. He's actually the odds-on favorite to become the next head coach. And we're going to talk about who he might be bringing in. If he is head coach, he's maybe possibly bringing in Brian Dable as our offensive coordinator. We're going to talk about Brian Dable being the offensive coordinator with Brian Flores and what type of system that would be looking like for our offense. But I think Brian Flores, he's one of those guys that he kind of has almost like a dictatorship type of mentality. a my way or the highway type of deal. And we dealt with that already with Josh McDaniels. And I think it's just not going to fit with what we're trying to do. It's not the perfect fit. It's not a good fit. And I think we should pass on that one. But, since he is the odds-on favorite, we're going to talk about who he might bring in alongside, which some of the rumors out there is that he would bring Brian Dable as his offensive coordinator, and what that will look like, what that offense would look like under Brian Dable as with Brian Flores as your head coach. Let me see. Pete was 62-ish around Super Bowl 49. Yeah, that and that's crazy to think, right? That was like 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, and he was already in his 60s. But you know what? I see what you mean by that. I get that, but 63 starting elsewhere, it just doesn't work. And Pete Carroll resurrected his career in the NFL level with the Seahawks, right? He failed first when he was, I think he was with the Jets, the Patriots, one of those two, or maybe was it both. But then he went to USC and kind of built his legacy there, and then came back with John Harbaugh. He's already built that legacy already. What's the chances that he's going to build a second legacy with another team NFL wise, in his 60s at this point? I don't think that type of thing happens very often. I think that I'll pass on that one. And it just doesn't fit with what we're trying to do. I think that he will fit elsewhere. He'll fit better elsewhere. I mean, the Browns would be excellent. That would be an excellent fit for him. That would be somewhere where I think that John Harbaugh would really consider going. And with a guy like John Harbaugh with that kind of resume, he's going to want more say-so on what's going on, right? When we bring in a high premier, big resume type of guy, they tend to want to have more autonomy, more say-so what's going on in who we bring in and who we draft and things like that. No, we need a guy who's just going to be a head coach. And somebody like John Harbaugh is going to feel like that they deserve a little bit more, especially because, hey, well, this is a franchise who's been struggling for 23 years. Hey, I know what it looks like to win. Now, I don't know if that's the exact words that would be coming out. I don't know their personalities, but we've seen those similar patterns with coaches that we brought in. Pete Carroll, right? He knows what it looks like to win, right? We've heard him say this. I can see somebody like John Harbaugh kind of having that same thought process, right? Josh McDaniels, we saw that, all right? Like, I don't want somebody who's going to come in making demands being other than a head coach. And I think that we should move on from that process, man. Let me see. He turned him around. He's just getting going there. Yeah, you talking about Cignetti? Yeah. He's a brilliant head coach. It's not about her boss's age. It's about the fact that he depends heavily on coordinators. Who you talking about, UA Mel, man? You probably sent that. You probably put that up like a while back. Oh, Harbaugh. Okay. Yeah, that's true. I mean, a lot of his success is based on who he's brought in alongside with him. And maybe some of his run is a little bit overrated, to be honest with you. But who knows, man? Who knows? But you're absolutely right, man. He just signed an 8-year, $18 million a year contract. Yeah, Cignetti's getting paid, man. Cignetti is getting paid. He's not going nowhere. He won't make the Kelly mistake leaving his wheelhouse. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure, I agree. Let me see. We got my man, Big Lil Bosco, in the building, man. He says, it's a no for me, dog, on Harbaugh. Had the best team talent-wise from a 1 seed to no playoffs last 3 years. Tired of being the Temu version of another franchise glory days. Absolutely. And to be honest with you, what glory days is John Harbaugh really had? I mean, when he did win that title with the Ravens, he had a hell of a defense. He had a Ray Lewis who was having a legendary run at that time, and he kind of was right place, right time type of deal. But if you look at everything that the Ravens have done since 2016, they have squandered so many leads. They have squandered so many situations where they they should win. If you look at the last couple years, right? Mark Andrews drops the 2-point conversion in the end zone against the Bills. You saw what happened on Sunday, missed field goal by the kicker. There's so many situations where his teams don't capitalize on situations that will put them over the hump. And I think that I guess that front office saw that and was like, yeah, we're ready to move on. We're not seeing what our expectations are as a franchise. Now, the Ravens in the last 30 years have been a premier franchise. They've been one of the winningest franchises in the 21st century in the NFL. So their expectations are a lot higher than what John Harbaugh is bringing to the table. And, you know, I think that they should have kept him for at least another year. But, I mean, that's just me. But I think that kind of lightning striking twice and coming over here and us having that same success, I don't think that it'll be a good fit for here, man. I don't see it happening, man. But we got 123 in the building, man. You guys are just popping in, man. Make sure you guys like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks, man. I appreciate it. If you guys are on X, man, come over here to YouTube, man. Hit that thumbs up and share it with your folks. If you're on YouTube, man, hey, much support, much love from the support, man. I appreciate you guys. Let me see. He's from that Saban tree, yeah, and you could tell. Signetti, yeah, he definitely one of those guys, man. Let me see. And shout out to Lord Buddy Bear with the $10 haymaker. He says, "What up, Big Mike? Other fans mad at me for wanting to lose to the Chiefs. Hey, man, come on, man. We had our reasons. Now we don't get first pick in every round. We alternate. Don't see the point of winning meaningless games like it's winning garbage time touchdowns. You know, I can't tell you how to Raider, man. Hey, it would have been great to have the number 1 pick in each round, but it really did feel good to beat the Chiefs, man. I'm not even going to lie to you. That 60-yard field goal, you know, this whole season, I've been sitting buried in that couch watching Raiders games, suffering all season. It felt good to really cheer out loud for those Raiders, for our Raiders on Sunday, man. Just to, you know, they left such a bitter taste in our mouth all season. It was good to finally cheer and have something to smile about regarding the Raiders, man. Other than having the number 1 pick, it felt good to get that win. Not gonna lie to you, man. But shout out to Lord Buddy Bear with the $10 haymaker, man. Shout out to Daniel Caps. He says all the coaches in the semifinals are from Saban. It's pretty crazy. That is true. Don't want a coach that has to rely on an OC. Yeah, I agree. So that already eliminates Brian Flores. that already eliminates him. He says we need an OC head coach. Absolutely. I agree. I want a quarterback, not a running back playing quarterback. There's a difference, right? There's what is it? There's like, I want a quarterback, an athlete playing quarterback, not a quarterback who's an athlete. You want a quarterback who's an athlete, not an athlete who's a quarterback. It's whatever way it's supposed to be, but I get what you're saying, man. Shout out to Raiders Primos, man. Let me see. Mendoza weaknesses are few, strengths numerous. And he has the drive to get better too. You know, whatever he does lack, I feel like that he will work hard to get better at that. He's just that type of guy, man. Let me see. Facts UA top head coaches call the O. Yes, yeah, hey, UA speaking nothing but facts, man. Let me see. Nah, let Stefanski go to the Giants. Okay, that's what I've been waiting to hear. Let me hear about Stefanski, y'all. Let me see. So I wouldn't be mad at Stefanski if we couldn't get Kubiak. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it either, man. Some people are kind of 50-50. I think Stefanski would be a good fit. Let me see. Taylon Green played with Ashton Genty, so play action would be lethal. Green's arm talent is better too. Taylon Green. I'm gonna be doing some serious you guys know how I roll, man. I'm gonna be doing some serious research, especially when we start that 30 days, 30 prospects. We're now gonna be calling it Big Mike's Big 30 Season 4, March 23rd. You guys already know, man. We're gonna be doing my top 30 prospects. Sorry, not picks, but top 30 prospects I think will fit well with our Raiders, right? It's pretty obvious. Fernando Mendoza is probably going to be on that, is definitely going to be on that list. Now, depending on how combine goes, pro days go, you might see some surprising names that are going to be in that first round. But it's pretty much a lock who we're going to get number one, right? So you're not going to see many this year that are in that first round. We're going to really be getting deep into the weeds into that second, third, especially fourth round, because we have 3 fourth-round picks. So we're going to be getting into the weeds, and I'm going to be giving you guys, for the 30 days leading up to the NFL draft, my favorite prospects for the Las Vegas Raiders. It's my 4th season doing it. You guys know how I do it. If you guys been here for a minute, we're calling it Big Mike's Big 30. And hey, man, I'm looking forward to it, man. Let me see. UA Mills 6269. Dante Thornton is a number 1. Hey, I mean, that's what we were told, man. And it looked so far at the beginning of the season, training camp, it looked like that was the case. Kind of ran out of gas. I think he got a little bit discouraged. This season really seemed to take a toll on him as far as confidence goes. So we gotta bring that back out, and hopefully we have a good head coach that can bring that back. Let me see. Just been bad, baby says, no, I'm good, man. Hey, there you go, man. Some people like him, some people don't, man. We're talking about Stefanski. Harbaugh's upset he's Brown's next head coach. He doesn't even know it yet. Let me see. Dante Thornton needs some super glue or duct tape. I think he needs a little bit of a confidence booster, man. I think that'll help a lot. Giants need him. Stefanski talking about. Hey, Big Mike, without a doubt, we have to have a young offensive head coach. Yeah, that's for sure, man. Let me see. I think Stefanski owes Schwartz half of those. That's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, but it's on his resume at the end of the day. So, you know, he can boast about it. It's on his resume. Let me see. We're about to get confirmation Brady not attracting top shelf candidates. Carroll was his number 3. I think this year is going to be a little bit different. We got the number 1 pick. We got a ton of cap space. We can really turn this thing around this season and really see vast improvements next season. I mean, we saw it with the Bears. Look at what the Bears have done in just a short time, right? They won their division. They host a playoff game this weekend. And then the Panthers, right? They went from having one of the top 10 picks to, even though they're 8-9, hey, they're in the playoffs, right? We see them who they've improved, right? The Jaguars, one of the, you know, they just had the number 2 pick, or they picked like 3rd or something. They traded up, and now they're what they won a division and they had a chance to be the number 1 seed in the AFC. So we can turn this thing around with the right moves, but we need the right people in place, and we can get it done. I think we have a chance to turn this thing around. I'm not saying playoffs next year, but we can definitely be in the mix to at least compete in December and in some meaningful games. It'd be exciting to at least see that, right? I'm all in on Kubiak. Same here, man. Kubiak or Kingsbury now available. And shout out to Faith Weber. We're going to talk about the next one. We're going to talk about Cliff Kingsbury, and I'll tell you why I am not a big fan. But let's talk about Cliff Kingsbury anyway, right? Offensive scheme is primarily modified air raid offense, which relies on a pass-heavy approach from the shotgun, quick reads from the quarterback, and tempo to keep defenses off balance. That sounds great, especially for a quarterback like Fernando Mendoza, who's a quick processor, right? He will lock this whole playbook up in about pretty quickly. I think that he will learn the playbook really quickly. And the problem is a pass-heavy approach. I want to get Ashton Genty involved a lot more in the running game. And I think that Cliff Kingsbury, being that guy who wants to throw the ball all over the park, I think it doesn't fit what we have with Ashton Genty, right? But I don't know. Let's see what else. Shotgun formations and up-tempo pace. So, you know, he's that quick tempo, right? Which is fun, right? It's fun to watch. Pass first mentality. Okay, right? I like a little bit more balanced approach, but he's a guy who wants to pass first, right? And heavy with the pass. Quick throws and RPOs, right? Seems to be the new wave these days. But to be honest with you, man, and we'll talk about it in a second, right? Quarterback-centric design, so quarterback friendly, right? Good for a rookie to show some success early, right? Which is advantageous for us. Adaptability and personnel usage. Kingsbury adapts his scheme to the personnel he has, incorporating quarterback design runs and varying run-pass balances based on the specific skills of his players. As you've seen what he did with Kyler Murray and Jaden Daniels, right? So this is why I don't think it'll fit. I don't think it'll fit because, well, we saw something really special with Kyler Murray that rookie year. We saw something special with Jaden Daniels. Yeah, he was injured his second year, right? We didn't really get to see the greatness of Jaden Daniels this season. But one thing I feel like Cliff Kingsbury has to prove is that he's not a one and done type of situation where he only shows 1 year of brilliance at the head coaching at the play calling position, right? And he's the head coach. I'm pretty sure he's going to implement his schemes. He's going to bring in a guy who's kind of under him, learning his system or something like that, right? I want to see it done more than 1 year for me to be excited about it. And I was really looking to see what Cliff Kingsbury would do with the Commanders this season. And it's hard to really judge him because of the injury of Jaden Daniels. But the Commanders are back at picking in the top 10 in the NFL draft, right? We really didn't see that explosive offense from the Commanders this year. And that makes me a little bit hesitant to bring in a Cliff Kingsbury at the head coaching position. We haven't seen sustained success with Cliff Kingsbury. We've seen one really good year with the Cardinals and one really good year with the Commanders. I want to see sustained success with Cliff Kingsbury before I can be confident in being like, hey, we're going to give you the keys to the franchise. I'm not a big fan because of that. And, he didn't really develop Kyler Murray in the way we should. Now, it's going to be remains to be seen what he does with Jaden Daniels if he stays with the Commanders. But, we saw Kyler Murray. We saw the best of his game first couple years maybe, and then he kind of just regressed at that point. We haven't seen really much greatness with Kyler Murray. Yeah, he was injured this year, but we still haven't seen really much greatness with Kyler Murray in his time. So let me know what you guys think about Cliff Kingsbury. Would you guys consider him, bring him in for an interview? Let me know what you guys think about Cliff Kingsbury, man. Let me see. Let's continue with the chat, man. 141 in the building, man. Much love to you guys. If we bring in Flores and Dable, Tom Brady is Michael Jordan on the Bobcats. Yeah, that I agree. This is a owner-defining year for Tom Brady. Is he the guy? Is his greatness going to be displayed as an owner, right? Because you're right. We saw greatness from Michael Jordan as a player, but when he became an owner, when it was with the Wizards and then the Bobcats, we didn't see much greatness from there. And then eventually the Hornets. But hopefully that's not the case, right? Because that would be a damn shame. But you're absolutely right. Bringing in Flores is kind of that beginning of the end as far as being considered a great owner, right? We'll see. We'll see. Who is Davis Webb? We requested to interview him, Broncos quarterback coach. Davis Webb. I remember when he was a quarterback. I know he was a backup at multiple places. I didn't know he was coaching. He's a young guy. Broncos quarterback coach. Hopefully it's not for the head coaching position. Now I want to go young, but I also want experience too. I'm not really sure that Davis Webb is that fit for us at this point, man. Let me see. I'm good on Kingsbury. Word is the league figures him out. Exactly. I think they figure him out too quickly, man. I think he's too one-dimensional. He wants to pass the ball heavy. It's easy to defend that type of situation when everybody in the world knows that you want to pass the ball. So, yeah, I'm good on Kingsbury. Keno, he agrees. I'm good on Kingsbury too. Trap God says, hopefully we can land Kubiak. Ravens and Falcons are a good situation for a head coaching too. Yeah. I mean, they definitely have a lot of weapons over in Atlanta. I think they're one of those sleeping giants. I can see them winning about 10, 11. I can see them winning about double-digit wins next year. I thought that they played the best ball towards the end of the season in that division. It was a damn shame that, the way it kind of turned out, they were on the bad end of the tiebreaker because they finished 8-9. But the Falcons, they have a lot of weapons over there. Bijan Robinson, tight end over there, Drake London. They got a lot of weapons over there, and I think with the right head coaching, they can be really scary next year. Let me see. Raiders were already rumored to have interest in Kingsbury, so they may still do their due diligence on him. Yeah. And to be honest, I can't blame him how he kind of did the Raiders dirty a little bit. A couple seasons ago, we didn't locate the quarterback. I think he really wanted Jaden Daniels. That's why he went over to the Commanders. I can't blame him for that, but I'm still a little bit salty about that. So that also adds that to that list as well. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Harbaugh is the perfect Mark Davis pick. With that said, got to keep Mark away from the Raiders. He is more a WNBA guy. Oh, excellent WNBA owner, man. I mean, him and his 3 titles with the Aces, man, he's a legend. But when it comes to Raiders being an owner, man, he needs to take a back seat. He absolutely does, man. I agree with you. Great WNBA guy right there, man. I agree. See him with that pink wig on, yeah. Oh, perfect WNBA guy, man. Shout out to Mark Davis, man. Kingsbury rumored to Kansas because of Mahomes' connection. Interesting. That can be scary, but like I said, they figure his system out. We'll be all right. First frog. Hey, Demokes is in the building, man. Shout out to Demokes, man. He took over a great team. Who took over a great team, Ben? Let me see. Kingsbury is a F that guy. Hope he never wins anything. Hey, I feel you on that one, man. I feel you on that one. A butt muncher. Mark's not picking the head coach of Spytek and Brady. Yeah. Luckily for us, right? Well, hopefully, right? Hopefully it's a better outcome. Social D Rick's in the building once again. He says Raiders defeated Harbaugh twice in their last appearance. Yeah, hey. Yeah, Harbaugh is Harbaugh, I think his time is expired at this point. More like a case of beggars can't be choosers, head coach. Thanks to deer in the headlights, Brady. Dang. So hey, just Mendoza, baby. Hey, so you're not really sold on what Brady brings to the table, I'm guessing, right? I'm staying optimistic as far as that goes. I think him and Spytek, we got to give it a chance, right? We have no other choice. So hopefully they get it together, man. Deer in the headlights, Brady. Damn. Daniel Caps, Raiders request. So I guess this is breaking news that just dropped, I guess. A head coach interview with Denver's Davis Webb. Hey, let's take a pause for the cause of what I was talking about. Let's dig more into Davis Webb, right? Since we do have some technology in front of us, might as well look at what Davis Webb brings to the table. Davis Webb. That's who it is, Davis Webb, football coach. Okay. Let me see. All right, let me see. He's really young, guys. He is 30 years old. 30 years old, Davis Webb. Very young guy. He'll be 31 this year. So, hey, checks that off the board right there. He's very young. I remember watching Davis Webb, right? American professional football coach, former quarterback who is the defensive pass game coordinator and quarterbacks coach for the Denver Broncos right now. So let me see. Let's see. College career. Let's see what he's doing as a coach. Let's see. Coaching career. In 2023, Webb was hired by the Broncos as a quarterbacks coach under head coach Sean Payton. Webb has expressed interest in transitioning to coaching duties, having been previously asked by the Bills to be their quarterbacks coach. So, yeah, he prior to the 2025 season, Webb was promoted to the position of offensive pass game coordinator, following the departure of John Morton. He retained his position as a quarterbacks coach, holding both roles simultaneously. That's interesting, right? I wouldn't have him as a head coach, but I like what the Raiders are doing. They're kind of putting a flyer out on a young guy and see what he's, kind of a guy who has a rising status right now, trying to climb up that ladder. But this will be worse than bringing in Antonio Pierce as our head coach. I don't think that he's ready to be a head coach. A pass game coordinator is where he is right now. He hasn't even had an OC position yet. Maybe you consider him to be an OC, but if they're requesting him to be for head coach, that's crazy. Dude's 31 years old. He'd be one of the youngest head coaches in NFL history. That is interesting. Interesting stuff. Stay tuned on that one. Zach Robinson might be available if new Falcons head coach does not retain. That's a good point. That's somebody that I really wanted initially too. So we'll see, man. Let me see. That game was terrible, 11-12. What on Sunday? Yeah, the game. Yeah, it was a pretty bad game. Let me see. Beat the Chiefs twice with the Chief killer not throwing one touchdown. Yeah, every time we beat the Chiefs, we don't get touchdowns. Let me see. Shout out to Wasted Man in the building. Hey, thanks for popping in, bro, man. Much love to you, bro. Great show. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I do my best, man. We got 146 in the building. Hey, show some love to my guy, Wasted Man. Thanks for popping in, bro. Gino threw Dante under the bus all season. Yeah, that was nasty work, man. That was horrible. That was horrible. And I think that Dante Thornton really needs a shot of confidence. He's really hurting as far as confidence goes. I think that a new coaching regime will really do him well, and we'll see the best of Dante Thornton next year for sure. Let me see. I'm way back here, man. Let me see. I'm way back as far as. Let me see. Let's scroll back right here. Let me see. Shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. I wanted to make sure that I got to everybody, but I'm like way behind the chat. So let me fast forward a little bit and see what's going on. Report Raiders are requested to interview Davis Webb. We just talked about it, man. And my guy Thor is in the building. Raiders. Yay. What's up, man? My guy Thor in the building, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. I see you out there, man. Still holding tight with them Raiders, even though we were 3-14, man. I respect it, man. I respect it. I really got to come see you at some point, man. It's been a while. It's been a while, man. Diddy is too busy talking to where did this conversation go? I missed a whole lot, man. Hey, shout out to everybody, man. Let me see. We're going to get back to the program. Let me see. Who else? Whoever we get for head coach better be on the same sheet of music as the GM for sure. I don't want to hear this guy wanted this quarterback and the other wanted someone different, one direction, one vision. I'm with you 100% on that one, man. I appreciate that, man. That was a fire statement right there. That's something that I agree with you 1,000%, man. I agree with you 1,000%. Shout out to Brave Raider in the building, man. Much love to you, man. Much love, man. Let me see. And all 3 dubs were ugly. Yep. Yeah, we won some ugly games this year, man. Shout out to my guy Wasted in the building, man. Let me see. Do you think Davis Webb will be a good coach? It remains to be seen. I think he needs a little bit more experience. A head coach going from pass game coordinator to head coach is probably not what you want to do. You definitely want to see guys with a little bit more experience, but the dude's not even 31 years old yet. He'd be 31 in a couple of weeks, but young guy, really smart guy. I mean, whenever you're a backup quarterback in this league, man, you learn different systems and you're there breaking down everything, right? So you almost get that eye of a coach watching the game from a certain perspective, right? And I think that is advantageous to him being a head coach, and especially on the offensive side. But I think he needs a little bit more time before we could say that he's head coaching material. Become an OC first. If that works out for you, then, head coach. And unfortunately, hopefully that's not a situation for us to be dabbling into. I definitely don't want to anoint a guy who hasn't really climbed that ladder in the way that others have, because we tried that with Antonio Pierce. I don't think that's going to work for us, man. Let me see. So let's get back into some of the guys. I'm gonna wrap this thing up real soon, man. We've been on here for a little bit over an hour, but I want to talk about a couple of more guys that I have on this list, right? Joe Brady, current offensive coordinator with the Bills. That's a guy that I think would be another solid fit for us. 36 years old, pretty young, but has a lot of experience at this point. His offensive scheme is a flexible pro-style attack that blends concepts from the air raid offense, spread formations, and high tempo with NFL-tested systems. Sean Payton's Saints outside zone run game. So he does a little bit of that air raid stuff, but he likes to be more balanced too, which I like to see. I think that'd be advantageous for our running back, Ashton Genty, and Fernando Mendoza if we bring him in here, right? Player-centric adaptability is one of his key components. Brady emphasizes that the offense is not a rigid system, but a fluid plan. You got to love that. Fluidity. You got to love it. Built around the specific talents of the players, particularly the quarterback. He adjusts the run-pass balance and specific concepts based on the personnel available. You got to love a head coach who can adjust, right? And make those adjustments based on what he sees on the field. Not just, hey, this is what we're going to run. I think that's a big advantage, right? Spread concepts and tempo. So, he's going to bring some tempo to the table, which you like to see. Balanced approach. You love that, right? You don't want somebody who's going to be super pass heavy or run heavy, right? You want a nice, good balance. First, a versatile personnel usage, runs the 12 personnel with the Bills to create advantageous matchup against base defenses, right? And you saw, I don't know if you see with the Bills, their bread and butter are those tight ends with Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox, right? We can run similar to that with Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer. I think probably even better, to be honest with you. And attacking the entire field. The scheme focuses on attacking both the intermediate middle of the field using concepts like drive and shallow cross routes. Perfect for a guy like Trey Tucker. Perfect for a guy like Dante Thornton. Perfect for a guy like Jack Besh, right? And taking deep vertical shots to force defenses to cover the entire field. He aims to simplify reads for the quarterback and make routine plays routinely. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is my second pick that I would want as our head coach, Joe Brady. He's a young guy. I think that his youth, the way he sees offenses, and we can build a legend from somebody who's that young and have him for years to come. And he could be that guy that will be that next John Harbaugh in 20 years that people are like, oh man, this guy has some sustained success for 20 years and, did some things along the line, right? I think that he can be somebody special. Let me know what you guys think about Joe Brady. Let me know what you guys think, man. Shout out to Social D Ricks. He says, no more music on the practice field until we start winning. Hey, I mean, it's hard to do that with professionals. If you're at the high school or even college level, I think you can. But, these professional guys, they're going to do what they're going to do. You gotta establish some boundaries first, though, for sure. I had one pretty good idea, for the Raiders, right? have them earn the shield on their helmet. Have them wear just plain silver helmets until they show worthy that they can, rock that shield on the helmet. I think that would be a big statement for these players, right? Like, hey, you guys can't step on the shield in the practice facility. I don't want you looking at the shield. The shield's not even going to be on your helmet till I feel like you're worthy to have the shield on your helmet. Man, we got to have some more pride in that shield. We have to have some more pride in being a Raider, right? And until you guys feel the same way, we're taking that shield off the helmet. Don't even look at the shield. Don't step on my shield in the practice facility. I would like to see something like that. Music is a whole different thing, man. But let me know what you guys think about that one. Let me see. Do you think Marcus Freeman would have been a good fit coach if he didn't decide to return back to Notre Dame? I think it would. I think it would be a good fit if he had the right team around him, the right pieces around him. He's somebody that I would consider for sure, at least for an interview. I'm not saying he'd be my favorite guy, but I think he would be a good consideration for an interview. Another guy that I would like is Steve Sarkisian with Texas. I think that would have been a good fit too if you're going to pick somebody from the coaching realm. Those are the two college coaches that I would think would be a good fit, at least for an interview with the Raiders. Let me see. UA Mill says, earn your shield. I like it. I think that's a great idea, man, because, hey, some of these guys come out there and they take having that shield on their helmet for granted. You know, a guy like Geno Smith could have really used that kind of treatment, man. A guy like, even these coaches, right? Brendan Carroll, who didn't know what he was doing, leading his offensive line, to failure, basically, to the point where, Geno Smith and Ashton Genty and the rest of this offense had to do secret meetings to, get the offensive line right. And players who just show lackluster performance and show that they don't want to be here. Well, as a team, if not everybody is bought in to being a Raider, we're taking that off the helmet. You guys want to look like damn fools. And I'll tell the press that, hey, these guys don't look like that they care about being Raiders. And until they show they want to be Raiders, we're taking the helmet. We're taking the shield off the helmet. I think that would be a good idea. I don't know, man. Demoke says, earn your vouchers to the Bunny Ranch. Hey, man, you got to earn something, man. You got to earn something. Let me see. Taylor Green, Arkansas quarterback, handpicked by Bobby Petrino, with Randall Cunningham and Vince Young, our player. Taylor Green. Okay. I'm definitely going to be looking at that. Shout out to Raider Nation 510, man, for sure. Demoke's MVP. Yeah, man. Demoke's MVP incoming. Bad idea, big. Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know. We need to spark some sort of pride to be a Raider, right? And I don't know what that is. Whether it's, I have no idea what that is, man. But we got to find a way to turn things around somehow, right? And I've seen that work in certain levels of where, I can see, like, if any team is gonna do that, right? I can see a team like the Cowboys. You could do that with the Cowboys. You could do that with the Raiders. You could do that with any of those iconic franchises that their logo means something. There's an identity behind it. I think that you could do that. Now, you can't do that with every team, but I think the Raiders are on that short list of teams that you could be like, you guys don't really respect what it means to be a Raider. So we're taking it off the helmet. And you guys are just gonna be rocking just silver helmets with nothing on it. And I'm gonna tell the press exactly why it's like that right now. And it'd be a statement, at least a statement, right? Now, will it change things? I don't know. But it works with certain teams, I think, in my theory, right? I don't know. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except herpes. Demokes, man, one more, man. Hey, I'm gonna get wasted, man. He's about to send you to the gulags, bro. And it's empty over in my gulags, bro. There's nobody there. You got nobody to talk to over there, bro. I promise you that. Shout out to Demokes, man. That's wild, man. Let me see. Is that all players or select a few? All. All. You do it as a team thing. You do it as a team thing. If you see a few that aren't bought in, then you don't. You take it off on all, right? You got to treat the whole team. You got to treat it as one unit. That's what you do, man. I don't know. I think it's a good idea. That's a good take, Big Mike. Shout out from Bay Area, California 510. Yee! There you go, man. Hey, shout out to what is that? Augie Bedoya. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you, man. SHU program. Wait, is that Raider Loso? Is that Sam Houston? SHU? I'm from the 41510, man. Shout out to Thor in the building. Raider Nation Drinking Club, man. Hey, proud car carry member of the Raider Nation Drinking Club, man, for sure. I had the record for like 3 seconds. Let me see. Block wasted. He's the one who brought up. I missed it. They always catch the one who was retaliating or doing something second. You know better than that, DeMokes, man. You know how that goes. Let me see. I didn't see Wasted doing that. I didn't see it. You don't want to end up like Willie Lump. Man, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to you guys. It's good to be back, y'all. It's good to be back, man. Let me see. What do you think about hiring Harbaugh? I think that his time is expired. I think that he's going to go to the Browns. I think going to the Browns would be a better fit for him. It doesn't fit what we're trying to do. We're trying to go younger as far as head coaches go. We need a younger head coach, more innovative head coach, somebody who is trying to establish something new, right? Trying to establish a legend for himself. Now, Harbaugh has been there, done that with the Ravens. His legend is in Baltimore right now. We don't want that type of situation once again, right? We tried it with Pete Carroll. Not saying that, John Harbaugh is 73 years old, but he's in his 60s. That's a little bit too old for me. And I think that he should go elsewhere. I don't think it's a good fit for what we got going on. Nothing against John Harbaugh, great head coach, great run with the Ravens, but I think it's not a good fit for what we're trying to do, man. Let me see. Raiders seem to be very interested in Kubiak. I hope that's the one. I hope we go with Kubiak for sure. Let me see. Is Charlie Weiss Jr. a possibility at offensive coordinator? That's a good one. Charlie Weiss Jr. I haven't heard anything about that, man. But hey, stay tuned, man. We just interviewed Davis Webb, who I thought he was still like a backup somewhere, to be honest with you. But apparently, we're interviewing him for the head coaching position. So if he can get an interview, maybe Charlie Weiss Jr. can get an interview too, man. You never know, man. But we'll see. Let me see. If he's 63, he's not for me. Shout out to Wasted, man. Man, they say Harbaugh is the leading for the Giants. Okay. That works with them. And hey, they got a good young nucleus over there, man. I'm gonna tell you what. I can see the Giants winning that division next year. I know it sounds crazy because the Eagles are right there, but I can see the Giants winning that division, going from worst to first. I can see it. Bringing back Malik Neighbors, and if they're going to be bringing another wide receiver, whether it's that guy from Arizona State or the wide receiver from Ohio State, who I can't think of his name. One of those two wide receivers is been projected. They'll have two great receivers on both sides. Cam Scatterbo comes back, right? Pair that up with Tyrone Tracy on offense. You got a second year with a Jackson Dart. That defense is pretty solid. I can see them winning the division next year. If they bring in a guy like John Harbaugh, that could be a great fit for him. I don't know. But, F the Giants at the end of the day. Carmel Tate from Ohio State. Yeah, I think that they might be picking up Tate. So match him up with Malik Neighbors. That might be scary, bro. That might be scary. Wasted asleep at Denny's classic clip. Oh yeah, man. That's instant classic for sure, man. Yeah, Giants got a squad, man. F the Giants at the end of the day. Carnell Tate, yeah. Yeah, hey, I thought it was Carmel Tate. I couldn't think of his name, man. Let me see. Shout out to Raiders Resistance in the building, man. Hey, much love to you, man. Hope everything is well on your end, man. Much love to you, bro. Thanks for the support. So, and we talked about a lot about what's the guy's name? Brian Flores. I don't think that's a good fit, but if he was going to bring Brian Dable in as the offensive coordinator, Brian Dable runs a highly adaptable and flexible offense centered on adjusting to his players' strengths rather than a rigid system, which I like to see. I just don't like the fit with Brian Flores leading us at the head coaching position, man. But Brian Dable at OC would be fun to watch. I think he has a great offense and it fits exactly what we're trying to do, man. Let me see. Browns owner is crazy and losing culture there, though. Yeah. And what are they going to do with Shedeur Sanders? What's happening with Deshaun Watson? I mean, they got a lot of questions, right? But they got a hell of a defense. I'll tell you that. They got a hell of a defense. If they just had a little bit of offense, they would have probably won that division. The Browns is one of those teams you don't want to see. You don't want to see, right? I mean, they held the Steelers down to a few points the week before. They beat the Bengals final week. They were playing some good ball at the end, at least defensively, right? They have a great defense over there. And if they can just get the offense together, the Browns are going to be scary. But their ownership is pretty bad. I agree with you on that one. I'm surprised the Bengals didn't fire Zach Taylor. Yeah, I think they're giving him the benefit of the doubt. They're going to give him one more year, though. If he doesn't figure it out, he's probably gone. The Browns' job is the least desirable job. I'm going to say the Cardinals, man. Who's the quarterback over there? I don't know. I think it's the Cardinals. They're in the same division with three powerhouses over there. Like, that's a tall task to ask for the Cardinals, right? And I don't know what their cap situation looks like, but who's going to be quarterback? They're not in a position to pick a quarterback. Are they going to keep Kyler Murray? That's a tough job to take on, man. I think the Cardinals have the worst is the worst job opening at this point. They didn't fire Zach Taylor because you don't fire good offensive-minded coaches. That's why they haven't fired Mike McDaniels in Miami. That's a good point, right? Because he'll go and light you up as an offensive coordinator elsewhere. So that is a good point. That is a good point, man. Are you planning to do a mock draft soon? Hey, you guys want to do a mock draft? Let me know if you guys want to do a mock draft, and we'll get up out of here, man. Let me know. We'll do a mock draft. I'll do a mock. I wasn't planning on it, but we can do a mock, man. We can do one today. Let me know if you guys want to do a mock before we get up out of here, man. Tanking our lucky stars. We didn't drink the Sanders Kool-Aid. Oh, man. Yeah. Thanking our lucky stars. We didn't drink the Sanders Kool-Aid. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Shedeur Sanders like that. But he needs a lot of developing now. It remains to be seen if he's down for if he's open to that type of coaching. And I don't know, but yeah, I'm glad we didn't get Shedeur Sanders, man. But hey, hopefully he has some success over in Cleveland, man. Let me see. Bengals owner said ain't paying nobody. That ain't coaching. Bengals coach still got years on. Yeah, and that's part of the reason, right? Like they're not like big money Mark Davis where he's like, yeah, I don't care. We'll get you out of here. I'll pay like 15 coaches that aren't even coaching no more. Got them on the Raider scholarship. The Bengals are a little bit different ran franchises, especially on the money side. So yeah, that's probably also the reason why. That's a good point. Sanders still a big project. He needs a couple more years for sure. Let me see. No Brian Flores, held to the no to anybody from the Patriots. Can't stand bitch ass scamming ass Brady. So no Patriots. Hey, I feel you, man. I feel you, man. Shout out to you, bro. What up, Big Mike? Hope your holidays were good. Just wanted to say, let's don't lose focus on a young offensive mind. No on Harbaugh, man. Shout out to Raider, man. 8431. I agree with you, man. I agree. No on Harbaugh, man. Trade Geno Smith for Deshaun Watson. Ooh. I don't think anybody wants Geno Smith, to be honest with you, man. Hey, but let me know if you guys want to do a mock draft, man. I can do a mock draft and we can get up out of here. We'll do a mock and we'll get up out of here, man. Let me see. Let me know. Let me know. Dable seems arrogant. I don't think he would be a good fit here. As an OC, I'd be okay with it. I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard anything bad from Dable as a coach or OC or anything like that. I mean, he did wonders with Josh Allen when he was with the Bills. So, hey, I'd be all right. Mock draft, just keep wasted away. Let me see if I can pull up a mock draft, man. Let me see. We'll do PFF. Let me see. We'll PFF mock draft. Let me see. Let me see. Shout out to UA Mel, man. He says I'm not out on Kyler Murray like most. If he gets in the right situation, he'll ball out. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Mock draft simulator. Here we go. Mock draft simulator. All right. All right. Well, shoot. Mock draft season, baby. First one. We'll keep everything as is, settings as is. I didn't do too much research on some of these guys, but we're going number 1 overall with the Raiders. Here we go. We are on the clock. We're not going to do any trades for this one. Let's start this thing. Here we go. So, you guys already know Fernando Mendoza, pick number 1. I think we don't. Oh, man, you know what? I'm going to have to do it over again. I didn't pick 7 rounds. So, Fernando Mendoza, for sure, we got an A+. Let's do a new one. Let me set it to 7 rounds. My bad. Fernando Mendoza, number 1 overall. I don't know if you guys didn't know that already, but yeah, I like Fernando Mendoza. All right. Anyway, let's restart this thing. Here we go. Fernando Mendoza, pick number 1. We're going with that right there. So here we go. So we pick number 36. We got best player available is KC Concepcion. I like him. He's pretty solid. We got edge right here. Let me see. Matayo Ugalele. I like edge right there. Elijah Surratt. You can pair him up right there. You know what? I'm going to go. We're going to go. Let me see what the trenches look like. We got Emmanuel Pregnon. I like that right there. I think that we can probably pick trenches through free agency. I don't think we need to go second round with the trenches. I don't think we're as bad as we think we are as far as that goes. I'm going to go with Elijah Surratt. Call me crazy. Elijah Surratt, team him up with his guy right there. We need a wide receiver. Yeah, I picked him in the second round, a wide receiver. Is what it is, right? Let me see. So now I'm definitely wanting to go trenches right here. We got some interesting names right here. Jake Slaughter, center. We don't need a center. Blake Miller. Now, if you're really not really sold on DJ Glaze, maybe Blake Miller is a look that you want to pick right there. But I would like a guard at this situation, and guard doesn't seem. I mean, you could reach a little bit and get Chase Bisontis from Texas A&M. You know what? Let's see. We got Anthony Lucas, edge from there. I like that too. Chandler Rivers right there. Let's go Chandler Rivers. What you guys think? Ben Bad says our O-line needs time to blend kicker. I think Glaze needs some competition. All right. All right. So let's go with a tackle, man. We're going Blake Miller right here from Clemson. Blake Miller, 3rd round right here. Kind of a reach, but it's all right. We'll roll with it. And now we have quite a few picks in the 4th round. And let's see what we got here. Malachi Fields is pretty solid. We can go edge right here. Tariq Sapp. Let me see. We picked a tackle in that third round, didn't we? Let me see. Pick the tackle. Yeah, we picked the tackle already. So we're not going to double up on tackle. Let's see right here. Let me see. Let's see. Let's go Will Lee the third. Corner right here. I think that'll be a pretty good one. Let's see right there. And we got multiple picks in the fourth round. So let me see. So if you want to double up, Carson Beck is right there. We got Cade Klubnik, Drew Alar. Let me know what you guys think. Would you guys let me see. Keon Scott available, man. Let's see. Keon Scott. Let me see. Can we do a Keon Scott? Keon Scott. Not Scoop. Keon Scott. Let's see. How do you spell that? I don't think let's see. Nothing popped up. Let's see. Scott. I don't see him. I think maybe he got picked, bro. Let me see. We do need a second. We need a second running back. I think this will be a good time to pick one, man. I'm going Katron Allen right here from Penn State. We're going to go with the second running back right there. Now we'll pick again in round 4. I think this will be a good time. And then we can still go Drew Alar if we want to double up at the quarterback position. I don't think that's necessary. Jalen Kilgore, a corner from South Carolina. I think we picked a corner already. Yeah, we picked Will Lee. Let's address the linebackers. I like Trey Moore out of Texas. Let's roll with that, man. Trey Moore from Texas, man. And, hey, I'll hear from you guys what you guys think, man. I'm just kind of going. I haven't done much research yet. It's real early in the process. Round 5. I think this will be a good time to go quarterback again if we wanted to. But let's go trenches right here. DeMonte Capehart, another Clemson guy. We can do that. Let's see who else is on the list. Yeah, I think I'll probably do that right there. Let's see. Let's go with DeMonte Capehart, interior D lineman from Clemson right there. Let's see. We're going to be doing a lot more research on these guys. So there's some of you guys' favorite Diego Pavia, but we got Jalen Daniels, who I like a little bit better in that 6th round. So if we're going to go best player available in the 6th round, double up right there, I'm going Jalen Daniels, double up at the quarterback position. And then let's see what we got up next in that 7th round. And depending on who's going to be our coordinator, if it's Kubiak, we need a fullback, and I'm going with my Navy brethren, my shipmate Eli Heidenreich right there at fullback in the 7th round. Right there, a little biased, but it's all right. I'm rolling with that one. And there you go. I think that is it. Let's analyze the draft. Let's see what we do, man. Let's see. UA Mel says he didn't address the trenches enough on defense. Should have gone edge. Yeah, I was thinking about that, man. I was thinking about that, to be honest with you. You drafted Elijah Surratt. Should have drafted Concepcion. I get that, but I wanted to pair up Surratt and Mendoza. So Fernando Mendoza, number 1 overall. Elijah Surratt, Blake Miller, Will Lee, Katron Allen, Trey Moore, DeMonte Capehart, Jalen Daniels, and Eli Heidenreich. Got an A-. What do you guys think? What would you guys give me on that one? Good midshipman. Hey, I gotta go with my Navy guy, man. I had to pick him in the 7th round, fullback right there. Let me know what grade would you guys give me, man? Keep it real, man. Let me know. Demoke says C. All right. UA Mel said I didn't address the trenches enough. I feel that. Hey, Sometimes you get tomatoes, man. It's all right. Eric Kwan with the A. I like it, man. Like it. A minus. Okay. Alec M says B. Okay. Yeah, I was really thinking about going trenches right there. I kind of got excited seeing Surratt there round 2, teaming him up with Fernando Mendoza. I couldn't help myself with that one. Let me see. B plus. Okay. Need an edge player in there. Yeah. I definitely agree, man. I definitely agree. Just Mendoza, baby, says, good having you back, Mike. Congrats again with the degree. B. Hey, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it. Let me see. Doubling up on quarterback is a wasted like move. Hey, man. Hey, I thought it was a good move, man. Jalen Daniels in the 6th round. I like it right there, man. Let me see. We got a B plus, A plus, because no Notre Dame players. Yeah, I'm not a Notre Dame fan. But hey, did I pick a USC guy? No, I didn't go SC. Surprisingly. My guy Ant says B plus. Raider Man 8431, not bad. B plus, I appreciate it. Okay, B plus right there. Good draft. A. Need a nose tackle. Yeah. I picked DeMonte Capehart in the 5th. I probably would go nose a little bit higher. Got Besh and Dante already. Let him develop. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I got a big fat F for E. Homer OG. All right. He said F twice. He really hated it. Not much risk for a quarterback in round 6. That's what I'm saying, man. Jalen Daniels, he was nice in college, man. He's just at Kansas. It's tough. Why would we need a wide receiver in the 2nd round when our O-line is trash? Hey, I couldn't help myself, man. Surratt with Mendoza. Have you seen them play together, man? I think it would be a nice story to pair them up in the professional level, man. Maybe I should have went edge right there, but come on. I got an A minus grade for Elijah Surratt in the 2nd round, man. I got an A minus for that one, so it wasn't that bad. Come on, F. Come on, man. For that, let me see. The degree gets you automatic plus. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Whatever happened to that safety out of Air Force? I don't know. I don't know where he is these days, man. Let me see. Where is Kingsbury going? OC here. I don't know, man. I think he should stay with the Commanders, to be honest with you. I mean, hopefully he's not, hopefully he's not the head coach here. That I don't think that's a good move. Ben Bass says somewhere other than with us. There you go. I think our O-line not too far off when we get a good coaching staff in there, really. Yeah. And that's what I said, and that's part of why I didn't really go offensive line heavy in the draft, because I really feel like there's some guys in free agency, especially with all the cap space we have. Tyler Linderbaum would be a good one. A couple other guys bolster that offensive line, bring in a good offensive line coach, and we can really make some things happen. We do have JPJ coming back, DJ Glaze, he be developed properly. Caleb Rogers, right? Charles Grant, right? There's a lot of youngsters that we got to develop already that we already have in the building. I just want to throw them away for the sake of just because we didn't see them or they didn't have a good season. I think that we need to develop also what we have in the building. Now, I do agree that we do need to bring another guard in and things like that, but I think that'll be addressed in free agency. But we'll see. And that's why I drafted that way, because I'm under that thought process that they're going to address that in free agency this year. Let me see. Big Mike think there will be some linebackers in free agency. I don't know. I want to get a linebacker in the draft, right? I picked one in the 4th round, Trey Moore. Maybe I should have picked one in the 2nd instead of getting Elijah Surratt. I will say that, but yeah, I would like to get a young linebacker in the draft this time around. And if we do get somebody special in free agency, that'll be cool. But I really want to go young at that linebacker position and somebody who's going to come in, be plug and play, ready to go as a starter. particularly in the second or third round. Getting a wide receiver that works with our quarterback one is pretty good. I'm not even mad, especially when you don't have a receiver. Well, I mean, maybe we do have one with Dante Thornton. Maybe we do have one with Jack Besh. We just haven't seen enough of what they bring to the table. But I couldn't help myself. Mendoza, Surratt, I mean, they have that rhythm already. They have it. I think it would be an instant success right off the jump, and those two can be comfortable entering in the league. I think it's a good fit. Let me see. Safety is a major need for this team, and I didn't even go safety. So, hey, this is my first mock draft. Not perfect, right? I got an A- from PFF, so I don't know, man. But we'll get it right, man. We'll get it right. Let me see. Get a good vet center in free agency. Okay. I mean, I would like to see JPJ at center again, but I don't know. Bro, all we can hope is they don't screw it up. Time to get it right, man. Hey, definitely, man. Shout out to 148 in the building. I think that's my time, man. We've been on here for almost 2 hours, man. It's been a blast doing this with y'all, man. It's been fun. During the off season, I definitely want to do this at least once a week. Kind of, if there's not even much to talk about, see what's going on with you guys, answer some questions and things like that. And come March, once we do that 30 days, 30 prospects, you'll have plenty of content coming this way, man. But hey, man, much love from you guys, man. Last words from everybody. UA Mel hated my draft, but it's all good. He says our front seven is weak. All of our linebackers are trash, and Adam Butler is our only other good defensive tackle. And I can see us going heavy in the on defense in the draft. Probably should have went linebacker, defensive tackle in that second and third round, but couldn't help myself on that one. But hey, it is what it is, man. Shout out to everybody who's showed some love today. 146 of you guys. Much love to you guys. Hey, you guys already know what to do. Like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. Once again, shout out to Social D Ricks with the $10 haymaker. Lord Buddy Bear also with the $10 haymaker, and the double up for Social D Ricks with the $5 haymaker. Everybody else, man, hey, I just appreciate you guys being here and showing some love like you guys always do. Last words from my guy, Ben Bad. Thanks, Big Mike. Really appreciate it. Much love, blessings, and stay safe. I want everybody to stay safe. And hey, man, you might catch me next week, man. We got plenty to talk about. It's going to be a long offseason. It's going to be a fun offseason. And hey, I'll see you guys next week. Or if we have some breaking news, you might see me sooner than that. But until then, man, you guys have a good one. You guys take care. Big Lil Bosco says, just want to say, F the Falcons, still ain't forgot about Pitt. Yeah, facts. I agree. I agree, bro. Draft Lee Syatt. I've never heard of that guy. Well, we're gonna be doing some research, man. Hey, best believe it. Pat Coogan for center. I like that. Fernando Mendoza center. Yeah, I know. Pat Coogan is nice, man. I like Pat Coogan. But yeah, man. Much love to you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. You guys take care, man. Be safe out there. Hey, and Happy New Year to y'all, man. Have a great, prosperous, productive 2026, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Your light illuminates their imperfections, hence their attempts to dull your shine. Light 'em up.
My name and flowers grew right out the brown soil. My vision's clear as glass, the robe is purple satin plus the crown's royal. Allow me to give you a demonstration. Holding your breath, waiting for me to fail only brings hyperventilation. See, I'm a soldier that's ready for any situation. So me and life double dated my trials and tribulations. Won't be remembered for not speaking out. I Google map my whole approach, so I chose not to take the peaceful route. I promise I can't make this shit up. I shed a tear, then use the mic stand to hold my chin up. They plot and strategize on different ways to make me give up. That's easier said than done, like a woman that's 9 months pregnant doing sit-ups. Yeah, I read the book of life, defeat was never in my story. Just brutal fights on the battlefield is bloody and gory. Showing off is a fool's idea of glory. Call me foolish, then in the clutch I make them drop like I was Robert Ory. See, in this world you gotta sink or swim. Boy, I'm a legend, when I die my presence never will be felt again. This greatness rare, but see I kept it in. Isolation in the demons, guardian angels been my only friend. I've been at war with myself in silence. Had a mental malfunction, forced to go into hiding. For
I hope you're
powerless like
watching right
outside
now,
and
because
losing
then you're gonna understand whoever get in my way, I'ma dog walk their ass.